What's going on, guys? My name's Simon. Welcome back to another episode of Transport Fever 2, continuing on the campaign here. Highlands and Islands. Well, islands, I said that weirdly. This takes place in the north of Britain in the middle of the Victorian era. The industrial city of Glasgow is bursting at the seams. The factories are working full blast, but the competition is not sleeping. In terms of economic issues, the countries in continental Europe have long since caught up. Something must be done to stop the cradle of the Industrial Revolution from falling behind. Anyone who doesn't toe the line will fall by the wayside. So we're going to do this mission. It is mission number 3 in Chapter 1 of the campaign. Let's get straight into it.
Scotland. The land of enlightenment. The land of progress. The land of science. The land of industry. The Glasgow City Council wants to modernise the transport infrastructure so that the city remains the vibrant industrial metropolis that it is today in the future as well. With your transport company, you're as good as predestined for this sort of contract. The shipyards on the Firth of Clyde have been famous for their sturdy boats for quite some time. New processes for the mass production of high-quality steel are now opening up previously undreamt-of possibilities. A member of the City Council recently proposed to you during a pheasant hunt whether you'd like to supply his friends in the shipbuilding industry with this essential material. Coal and iron are available in abundance in the areas around Glasgow. Off to the blast furnace with them.
So deliver coal and iron ore to the steelworks in Glasgow. Well, where is said steelworks? Is this it? That's the coal mine. So where is the steelworks? Let's take a look. Let's use the industry tab. That's not it. Actually, it is industrial area. So here. Right. Where is it then? Must be somewhere here. Actually, we can just use this. Steelworks. Oh, there it is. Okay, so coal. Well, that can come from there. Coal to there and iron. Well, where does the iron come from? It comes from there. Okay. Well, this should be pretty easy then. We can just use horses, I would imagine. So we are going to build a small street. And we are going to bring that to there. And then we can bring this all the way to there. Well, that's going to be extremely expensive. So, let's bring it to there. And then we can connect it on to there. Hey presto. And now we need a road depot. So we can buy some vehicles. Let's zoom in here and get this connected up. There we go, that'll do. Now, what are we going to do? We're going to build a line, well, create a line, and actually we're not, because we need a truck stop. There it is. And we can spin this round here, and there we go. And we need one here as well. Just there. And another one just here. So, we will put this one down as far away as possible to shorten the journey. Can we get this out much further? Come on. There we go. So, 94 grand, that's not too bad. And now we can create a line. So, new line. This one, actually, we will go add station from there to there. And then we can go line 2 from there to there. Wonderful. Now we need some road vehicles. What do we have available to us? We have, on the cargo side of things, we only have horse-drawn carriages. Well, that isn't great. But whatever. We'll say 7 of them. Actually, no, we'll go 7 on each. So 7, and we can assign that to line 2. And we'll probably go with a few less for line 1. We'll go 5 for line 1. And we can assign all of those to line 1. There we go. Absolutely wonderful. So producing steel, we just need to deliver it to the steelworks. Well, that should be fairly easy, so I'll get back to you when they're doing that. It'll be a good job if I maybe fast-forwarded the game. That could work. Okay, so it looks like already we're running out of vehicles on line number 2, so we will buy vehicles. We will buy, let's say, another 5 of those. Buy them and send them onto line number 2, because this is actually starting to overflow. So is this, actually. That's not at all ideal. So we can say...
The shipyards crave steel for colossal tubs. The bigger the better. But it doesn't get there all by itself.
Okay, deliver 10 steel to the industrial area of Glasgow. Well, first of all, we need another 4 of the horse-drawn carriages and send them onto line 1. There we go, that's wonderful. So, 10 steel to the industrial area of Glasgow. Well, the industrial area is there, so we can probably just connect up these roads and well, deliver it by horse and cart. That's, I would say, is probably the cheapest option. Is that the same sort of street? No, it's not. That is. There we go. It's nice to have the same streets and not go changing them up. Go to there, curve it round to there, and then we can bring it into that little country lane. Wonderful. And we can just connect this into there. Top job. Buildings, we can have a truck unload stop, and this will serve all of the industrial area pretty much. Well, in fact, it will serve all the industrial area. And now we can build a line going from... well, actually, we could probably do with expanding this. So, we will go into there, and cargo. We will build another platform just there. That's wonderful. So, let's just extend these. We have 50 million in the bank, so that's not going to be a problem at all. And, yeah, we will create a new line. So, create new line, and it will go from there to here. And we will put some vehicles on this. I would say we should put probably... let's put 10 vehicles on it.
Your deliveries of high-quality steel make it possible to build particularly seaworthy ships. Time to make use of these robust steamers. Sustenance for the city's working masses is found out on the islands. Delectable fish swim in the sea. And the distilleries on the Hebrides produce an absolutely exquisite whiskey. It's called the Water of Life. Get out there and explore the area. Every ship needs a harbour, and your venture needs a particularly good one.
Right, so we have to build a harbour here. Well, that shouldn't be too difficult. So we can go to there, shipyard, and a harbour. So let's just spin this right around. Can we connect it to there? No, we can't, but we do kind of need a connection. So we can put that down there.
Help to build a shipyard so that it won't be long before you can call a beautiful ship your own.
So now we just need to build a shipyard, and that, well, we need to spin it around. It's annoying that it doesn't stick out, does it? Isn't it? Okay, so we can build a shipyard, but it has to be quite far into the shore, which I guess makes sense, to be fair. But it is a bit annoying.
Buy a stately boat that will sail you safely through the wild waters of the Western Isles on your daring expedition.
Right, so buy a ship, and it needs to be able to transport fish, I think. Both of them can transport fish, and that is slightly, well, better. It is more expensive, though, but whatever. Actually, can we fit that in? I'm not sure. We'll go with this one. This one seems to be
Explore
the better
Western
option.
Isles to obtain whiskey for the city.
Establish a route and have the ship sail to the harbour of Port Ellen Harbour. Well, that doesn't really make sense, but set line, that's a good point. We need a line from here to the harbour over yonder, which is there. So that's wonderful, the blue line, and then we can say vehicles. Ship number 1 can go onto the blue line there, and this should be good.
Industry is buzzing. Thanks to your services, its need for steel is always covered. In contrast, a lack of personnel looms on the horizon. Nowadays, the city's working class is outrageously spoiled. Workforce is rebelling more and more against the prevailing working conditions. On the other hand, in the Highlands, countless hungry people wait gratefully for employment. All that needs to be done is to get them to the city. Build a railroad in the wild west of the Highlands so that this remote stretch of land finally experiences the blessings of modern civilization.
So build a passenger station in each of Glasgow and East William and use the tracks to connect the stations. Right. Okay, so Fort William is here, and we need to... well, that's not our task at the minute. So we need to build a passenger station here and in Glasgow and connect the two of them. Right. So there we go. The ship has sailed to Port Ellen or wherever it was. So buildings. This needs to be a passenger station. So passenger terminus. If we just look at where the people are, they are in the green area just there. Right. So we should probably activate the contour lines, which are there. Right, so let's spin this this building around, this train station. We can connect it to there. And then tracks. Actually, let's build a station in Glasgow first. So, where in Glasgow are we going to? We are going into there. Righto. That could be a bit challenging, but we'll give it a go. And we'll see how it works out. So, we can probably stick this in here. Let's see if this works for us. Yeah, there's a connection. Only problem is, it is on very uneven ground. Right, so we've got a train station built here in Glasgow. And now we are just going to connect the two stations. So we'll try and keep the flattest route possible. There we go. And yeah, we'll see how this works out for us.
Supply the city of Glasgow with workers none the worse for wear who haven't fallen victim to the union's pipe dreams yet.
Okay, so we now need to transport 20 people to Glasgow. I have set up the railway. I have made a slight mistake going through this hill and over this little dip here. So we had to build a bridge, but money really isn't an issue for us. So, yeah, we won't worry about that. So we need to build a train depot like
These
this.
days, big landowners' fleecy balls of wool now graze where families of farmers once cultivated their patches. Lady MacDougall asks for help. She wants to know if all her little sheep are still together.
Right, well, first and foremost, we need to get this this train depot built. So, I kind of just want to focus on that for the minute. So let's build that there, and we can zoom in and attach this, hopefully. Yeah, there we go, 13 grand, that's not too bad. And then we can attach it, oh, what's going on here? Attach from there to there, there we go. And now we set up a line from Fort William to Glasgow. There we go. Wonderful. And that is the pink line. So we can buy the vehicles. And, oh, we have lots of trains open to us. Well, we kind of want to go as quickly as possible. So let's go with the BR53 Press G3, or Preuss 3G, I don't know. Bavarian passenger car, I think that's the only one for passengers, so we're going to have to go with that. 8, 16, 24, 32, let's go with that. That's still good. Actually, we'll go with that much, and we can assign that to line number 5. Wonderful. So that's going to be doing its thing, and we are going to do this little side mission. I'm absolutely dumbfounded as to what to do with this bonus task. So we're just going to focus on the main task, which is to transport 20 people to Glasgow. Well, to do that, we sort of need a public transport network in Fort William. So what we're going to do is not do that. We are going to build a road depot. We will put it down just here. That will be absolutely fine. There we go. And we will create a bus line. There we go. So that's the orange line, and we can then buy vehicles, passenger, and we will use these. We can say, I'll say 5 of those. Buy that. Send those all to line number 6. And there we have it. A public transport network around Fort William. Oh, crikey, I can't speak. Around Fort William. And that's always good, isn't it? So, how many people are on this train? 5 people. That's not very good. Right, well, we'll fast forward the game, and we'll see how this works out in the end. I have to say, I love this viaduct. Right, so this is overflowing massively. These are just non-stop producing, these 2 works here. And then this is... Well, I mean, the steel... let's take a look at the steel. The steel isn't overflowing yet. But to be fair, it could be better. So, I think we should probably just leave the game to do its thing, and we will eventually get some traction somewhere, somehow.
The new workers from the Highlands are remarkably productive as they slave away. To keep them in a good mood and make sure they don't fall for any kinds of rebellious activities, precautionary sedation is called for. Whiskey from the Western Isles is excellently suited to this purpose. Supply the city with cheap booze that pacifies the dissatisfied, so that subversive activities don't get started. Plunge into the wonderful world of spirits. Thanks to your supply, no one will be left high and dry.
So we need to deliver 25 whiskey to the commercial area of Glasgow. Oh, look at this, got a new train available. The BR89 Preuss T3. Also, created a bus line around Glasgow. This stop here has 40 people waiting at it. I don't think I have the capacity to serve this line, but it's making a lot of profit anyways. How many people are waiting here? 30.
Some of the whiskey oddly disappears in transit. Is it likely that it evaporates out on the open seas? Is it the legendary angel share that imperceptibly vanishes there? If it is, then the angels must be awfully thirsty.
Yeah, I can't be bothered to do that, to be honest with you. Let's build a truck stop. That's what I mean to say. A truck station. Let's put this here. And, well, actually, we could probably get away with putting it here, to be honest. We can't, actually. Oh, no, we can. That's decent. So we can put it down there. And then we need the commercial area of Glasgow. So, that is here. Right. This is going to be a bit tricky to do this. How much does that serve? That doesn't really serve that much. But we can put down one of these. So, let's spin the camera around. How much does this serve? It serves a decent amount. Let's be honest with ourselves there. It does serve a decent amount. So, there we go. We can have one there. and or maybe another one there. There we go. That'll be fine for now, and you know what? We'll have one here as well. So there we go. We can put a couple of vehicles on a line from here to here. And then we'll create another line from here to here. And then we'll create another line from here to here. There we go. Lovely. And we can put a couple of vehicles on those lines. Cargo. We'll go with these. We'll say 5 on each. So 15. There we go. By 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. You can all go on that line. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 can go on this line. And the rest of you can all go on that line. Wonderful. Now, what we need to do is get whiskey in here. So, how are we going to do that? Well, we need to come over to the whiskey distillery. There we go. Now, how are we going to do this? They are producing everything, but nothing is getting shipped. So, we need to find out how to get this. Does this have catchment? It does. So, it's going to start filling up there. Once we can get the whiskey into here. Now, there isn't anything happening there, which is a shame. Okay, so I figured out the problem with this. I had accidentally placed down passenger stations around here rather than a single truck stop. So now this line realises that there is in fact demand and a way to get the whiskey to Glasgow, and so it is now producing. So we can see there it is in fact producing whiskey, and we are shipping, well, not all of it, but most of it at the minute. That's because the ship is going back and forth. How much does the ship have on it? It has 5 out of 35 whiskey on it, which, well, it isn't great, but it's a start, isn't it? How many people are here? 34 people, so this line should be making lots of profit. 33 grand in profit. Wow, that's ridiculous. Lots of people are waiting here. Is this train big enough? It is plenty big enough to hold everyone, so that's always good. The game is on maximum speed, so we're kind of just waiting now for the ship to get back and deliver enough whiskey. I think on the next journey it should be enough, because, well, we need to deliver 25. Well, it's definitely going to be enough now because it's got 5 on board and there's 21 waiting, so we're going to be absolutely flying at this rate. So I will see you when this little task gets completed. So the ship is just arriving into Glasgow right now. It has 70 out of 70 whiskey on board, so this is going to be getting delivered to this truck stop here, which serves the whole commercial area of Glasgow. I've set up, well, quite a lot more horse and carts on these lines here and going into Glasgow itself. So that should all work out quite well indeed. It should bring in a lot more profit and we won't be losing any goods because of overcrowding at the stops. So, just whacked my microphone, I apologise for that. So yeah, this looks to be going pretty well so far, and I'll get back to you when something interesting happens.
Thanks to you, throats are well lubricated all over Glasgow. But on an empty stomach, the water of life makes people anything but lively. What's required is a sound basis in the form of solid food. A new dish is currently on everyone's lips. Deep-fried fish with deep-fried potatoes. What a culinary delight! Help this masterpiece of British cuisine to triumphant progress. Your services are going to stuff the city's jaws and provide fishing operations on the Atlantic with record sales.
Oh, you're joking. No, please. I'm supposed to use a train track. I'm actually an idiot. No, manage vehicle. Oh, no, I've completely made an absolute shambles of this. Sell. I'm so sorry. I've made a complete rat's backside of that one. Right, let's go to line 8. Manage line. And can we just delete it? We can. Lovely. Okay. So a cargo station is what we actually need. Buildings. A cargo station terminus. That is exactly what we need, as I've just realised. So we can connect it to there, and we can just plough through these trees and buildings. So let's do exactly that. Let's go to there. And how are we going to do this? Well, I'm thinking probably the best way of doing it would be to go around Fort William. I don't want to connect to that road, you stupid thing. Right, so let's... This is going to get very expensive very quickly. Let's go to there. Straight across. Well, no, ideally not that sort of straight across. Go to there. No. Right, well, that building's going to get destroyed, whatever the case, pretty much. You know what? It's worth it. It's actually worth it. So, we can connect that to there.
The fish out in the Atlantic leap happily into the nets, all on their own. And thanks to the railroad, the merchandise is even still fresh when it arrives in town.
Okay, so we need to deliver fish to Glasgow. Well, to do that, we are going to add a cargo platform onto here, onto this station. A large main building.
A mysterious stone circle is going to transport you into the past, where you can help James Fraser, an equally courageous and passionate man, to win the decisive Battle of Culloden against the English Redcoats and write history in the process.
Let me do this first, good sir. So, we're just going to go with a small cargo building. Can we fit this? Well, we can fit it onto there, which is good, I suppose. And then, platforms. Right, so hopefully this will be good enough. So let's accept this little mission.
The stones don't reveal their secret to just anyone. Prove that you are worthy of their wonders. How is this achieved? Well, that's written in the stars.
Okay, folks, so I really haven't got the time to be figuring out this this little mission over here. So I've decided to continue on with the main missions of this train here and the cargo run. So this should be picking up demand, production anytime soon. So let's see if this starts to produce anything here. Well, we'll see. We'll come back to it in a little while and we'll see if anything is going on. I'm not sure if it will or not, but whatever the case may be, we will we'll wait and see. And if it is good, if it's not, then we'll troubleshoot it. Okay, folks. So I've got the fish line working. The fish here is being produced quite quickly now, and the train brings it down to the cargo platform in Glasgow. It then gets put in the Glasgow Exchange and brought to this this Victoria Street truck stop here. Well, I don't know why I keep calling everything a truck stop. It's a truck unload point, if we're being proper about it. But it brings it to there, and then it gets distributed among the many retailers in Glasgow. So hopefully this will work out well, and this next load coming along should be multiple vehicles are in very poor condition. Well, I don't really care. Yeah, this next load will be the final load for this mission here. There we go. So we have completed the mission there for Glasgow and the fish. So, well, I suppose that's the end of this video. So if you did enjoy the video, then please do leave a like and feel free to subscribe. But apart from that, my name's been Simon, this has been Glasgow, up north in Scotland, and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye-bye.